I felt like I was channeling Big Bird this morning, but I like sunshine. Sunshine is a nice alternative. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Yeah, it's been cloudy and cool in eastern Canada. Unfortunately, we just can't soak up that sun that the west has had. My goodness, it got up into the 30s yesterday in Alberta. Lots of records set there. We're seeing the highest temperatures in the country today in Saskatchewan, and we'll talk about that coming up through the program. Right now, let's talk about that cloudy and cool forecast. We've got some showers this morning across Ontario, in through southern Quebec as well, and once again into the afternoon today, almost a replica of yesterday. The development of some thunderstorms. So not everywhere will see the sky darken, but if you do, I mean, these storms yesterday had a whole lot of oomph to them. There's a lot of hail, very strong winds, a lot of rain as well, and a whole lot of lightning and thunder. So anticipate really from Georgian Bay eastward, a little bit north as well, east of Superior, and then through southern Quebec, even into inland areas of New Brunswick, Fredericton. You've got a risk of thunderstorm later on this afternoon. Now that will continue right up until the evening. This is the outlook for just about 7 o'clock local time. You see slowly that action sliding its way eastward. Overnight, the sky really does begin to clear with just a few showers left over in portions of Atlantic Canada. Into tomorrow, Wednesday, this is kind of the best bet for sunshine, particularly Ontario. So much to look forward to. Quebec will see some scattered showers through the central part of the province. And the Avalon Peninsula, you can expect pretty good rainfall for Wednesday. Plus into northwest Ontario, this is what we start watching. Once these thunderstorms get underway, Wednesday evening, we'll slide back over to this rain moving its way across the Great Lakes. Now, this is pegged to hit southern Ontario into Thursday morning. So all those umbrellas that you've kept handy, yeah, you'll need it again into Thursday. More heavier rainfall right across Ontario, and then we'll see thunderstorms again developing through Quebec and Atlantic Canada. And these thunderstorms could drop a significant amount of rain. That then slides through southern Quebec as we head into Friday morning. So keeping our eye on that, especially since we are live in Ottawa on Friday as well. Keep us updated with the forecast. Now, in terms of what you're sitting at in terms of temperature this morning, it's cool for sure in the east. Definitely warmer as we're heading through Nova Scotia and up towards Newfoundland, but some communities still in single digits this morning, including Sault Ste. Marie, Thunder Bay, and Timmins. Right now, Timmins sitting at 6 degrees. Canada, that's a look at east, or the eastern forecast. Coming up, like I said, we'll detail the heat in the west. Now, here's your local forecast. Ads watching, when's the best time to start potty training? 2, maybe 3? How about right away? It's called elimination right away.
So we're like infancy?
Newborn. Yeah, we're talking brand new babes. Straight home from the hospital.
This is stupid.
Yeah.
This is idiotic.
This wouldn't happen in my house.
I'm just going to say this. I'm not thinking about the environment.
Feeding and pulling my hair out. Right? Yeah.
You know what the early warning signs are? There are no early warning signs. Once you know your kid is pooping, your kid is pooping.
That's true. The face is
often the face
smell
means
is your warning sign.
You're mid-poop.
Yeah, you're mid. When you see the face,
yeah.
you're already in
it. On TV this morning.
Yes.
Poop.
Yeah, this is a perfect segue into your first story, I think.
Hey, the Trump government finally.
Tornado. This morning, we'll take you well south of the border, where we're still following Hurricane Dora, now entering into cooler water and a bit of a drier atmosphere. And so likely continued weakening is going to happen. And you can see the eye becoming a little more ragged as it's moving its way westward. And so we're already seeing that drop in the wind speeds. Still having an impact on land, some amplified rainfall and elevated surf, elevated rip tides, possibly life-threatening rip currents as well. So any family traveling down into the southern coast of Mexico, keep that in mind. We'll also see an impact along the southern Baja Peninsula as well for today, but generally will weaken over the next couple of days, should become a post-tropical storm as it heads into about Thursday or so. Here at home, we are following thunderstorms across Lake Ontario this morning. Lots of rumbles of thunder just southeast of Toronto, south of the community of Oshawa, so it might be a bit of a rumbly start to the day. Showers persist across the region this morning, and today is almost a duplicate of yesterday, where we'll likely see widespread thunderstorms. Save for the northwest, Thunder Bay, Red Lake, Dryden, Kenora area, you'll enjoy sunshine. But east of that, as we're heading through Timmins, Sudbury, all the way down through southern Ontario this afternoon, starting at about lunchtime, heading into the supper hour, those thunderstorms are possible, and it's cool. I mean, Ottawa today getting up to 19 degrees, and that's it. Now, this morning, we've got some rain that is well north of Ottawa, but all the way over to Quebec City as well. Again, we'll likely see some thunderstorms. Those will push in into the latter part of the afternoon, but last until evening or so, possibly into the overnight hours as well. This is a 12-hour loop, so you can see it's a long-lasting storm forecast. And when these storms hit, you can anticipate possibly a little bit of hail, heavy downpours, and strong winds as well. Now, Atlantic Canada, for the most part, it's looking pretty good. And even this morning, you can see generally clear sky, a little bit more cloud up towards Newfoundland. New Brunswick inland portions today will likely see some thunderstorms this afternoon. So Fredericton, that does include you, but know that you can enjoy the sunshine for this morning. In terms of temperatures in the east, I mean, they're some of the warmest. We've got 24 on deck for Fredericton today, 23 in Halifax, 24 in St. John's, Newfoundland, and Gander getting up to 23. So lots to look forward to there. Eastern Canada, it's continuing to be cool.
My plan. Okay, well, we might be too late because I went yesterday to grab some stuff for Ottawa. Oh, shelves are clear.
No, don't tell me this. All my son wants is a Canada flag. That's
Right?
all he wants.
So I went looking yesterday. Suddenly now everybody had the same idea. It's like on Sunday afternoon it all got scooped up.
Man.
Oh,
Well,
wow. Okay,
to
no,
be
that
fair,
was
guys,
A little paper one?
No, he wants like a full-blown
Oh,
flag.
big one.
To be fair, it is. You
to
guys
coast
make
to
fun of me
coast.
all the time.
Say Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Coast to coast to
Do I really?
coast.
Say coast to coast to coast.
You know what?
Scotia.
Other one I realized I say different. How do you say SYRUP?
Syrup.
Yeah, I say
Even you
syrup.
and I say it differently.
Yeah.
I say A. You say
Yeah. And you say hey.
Really nice out A, and I would say it's really nice out hey.
Yeah, I know. That's
I don't
funny.
say A.
It's true.
Hey. News. This morning, I will do my best to give you a smart forecast. Across the country this morning, we have some very warm pockets of air, and they're generally in the west. Saskatoon right now sitting at 16 degrees, 11 in Winnipeg, cool this morning in Toronto. And you see, while the temperature, I guess, number-wise is the same as it is in the west, when you look at the color contouring on the map and you see blue in the east, you can tell that these are below seasonal temperatures. So relatively, it's feeling cooler for a lot of communities in Eastern Canada. So it can always be worse, right? Yep. I'll take you further north. We got a special request from one of our Facebook viewers who works at a CFS Alert well north of us and said that they would just get a kick out of seeing the current temperature. And yeah, no kidding, it's 0 degrees with light snow right now. So it can always get worse. Keep that in mind. Good morning to you guys. Thanks for starting your day off with us. We've got some scattered showers across the west as well, some lingering thunderstorm activity overnight. And then we've got some thunderstorms this morning right across Lake Ontario as well. And that really seems to be indicative of Eastern Canada's forecast. But if you've got sunshine today, namely in Atlantic Canada, enjoy it. Fredericton, you do have a risk of thunderstorms later on. We see that thunderstorm risk right across portions of Quebec as well, and cool temperatures this afternoon. I mean, high teens today in Ottawa, in Montreal as well. Now, that risk of thunderstorm also continues as we head into Ontario as well. We'll detail more of that coming up later on in the program. Oh, no, my remote advanced for me there. We've got 18 to 23 across southern Ontario. More sunshine in northwestern Ontario, cloudy sky in Winnipeg today, and 25 degrees. And there's a look at what the west can expect this afternoon. So some pockets of warm air. Regina today, our hot spot, 29 degrees. Now we'll send it over to Anne-Marie.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Morning, guys. Good morning to our viewers at home. Depending on where you are this morning, it's either really chilly or it's quite mild. St. John's, Newfoundland, right now, you're sitting at 20 degrees Celsius. And that's not even the hot spot in Canada. Osoyoos, BC, currently sitting at 21.8. So some nice pockets of warm air. Otherwise, it is a little bit cool in some communities. So I thought I'd share some beautiful viewer photos to warm you up. Ian Caldwell sent in this one, a double rainbow. This is in Toronto, just before 8 p.m. yesterday, southern Quebec. Later on today, and already we've had some wet weather. Also, no inland portions of New Brunswick, Fredericton. You've got storms this afternoon. We also are going to likely see another round of storms in central Alberta later on today. But southern Alberta, you'll stay nice and dry. A little bit drier into this afternoon compared to what you are right now. Dry weather, pardon me, also for portions of Atlantic Canada. Safe for Fredericton, but Charlottetown, Halifax, Yarmouth, you'll enjoy the sunshine up towards Newfoundland as well. Storms take over and cooler temperatures for Quebec. Timmins today getting up to a measly 19 degrees, 18 in Barrie, 16 in North Bay, Toronto 21, with on and off storms that should clear late afternoon, giving sunshine for the supper hour. Now that sun is already present in northwestern Ontario. Cloud takes over as we cross the boundary in towards Manitoba, but 25 today in Winnipeg, nice jump from yesterday. 27 in Brandon, 29 in Regina. That's going to likely be one of the hot spots in the country. Now, Alberta, you noticed, was at 30 degrees yesterday. Not so much today. And as I mentioned, a risk of thunderstorm around Edmonton. Kelowna today, 27 and 19 in Vancouver. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll break down when these storms will finally let up in Alberta, because it's going to take a couple of days. For now, though, let's send it over to Ben. Hey, that's your weather outlook. That's kind of ideal. That's the best case scenario, that it's active while you're on the air. This morning, we have plenty of active weather to talk about. Eastern Canada, the cool weather continues. We've got an upper trough high up in the atmosphere, and that's allowing not only cooler air to sink into the region, but also prompt the unsettled weather pattern. So we're seeing continued showers north of Superior, east of that, and then across the Great Lakes this morning and through southern Quebec, approaching inland portions of New Brunswick. So this afternoon, there is a risk of thunderstorms developing once again pretty well across the same region that saw them yesterday. I don't think they'll be as severe as yesterday, nor as long-lasting in southern Ontario. Should clear by late afternoon, early evening. So if you need to barbecue later on tonight, if that's your plan for dinner, I think you'll be okay to do so. Just keep an eye on the sky. But in portions of New Brunswick, particularly the western side of the province, Fredericton, for example, you have thunderstorms taking you right into the evening. This is the outlook for just shy of 5 a.m. local time. You can see most of the activity is cleared in Atlantic Canada. And behind that, we got sunshine. We'll have a bright glowing orb in the sky. We won't know what to do with it because Ontario has not seen a lot of sun. Speaking of lack of sunshine, we've had thunderstorms through the capital region, and that is going to continue in Alberta again for today, likely as we head through the afternoon. Now into Wednesday evening, you can see that thunderstorm activity spreads its way southward. So communities south of Edmonton, including Red Deer, Calgary, you've got to cool down today. You've got the wetter weather moving in as we head through the next couple of days, but we're also going to likely see that unsettled weather in Saskatchewan and portions of northern Manitoba as well. So this has been a very active summer so far. Plenty for me to talk about. Hopefully I just don't get blown away by any sudden breezes. Here's now a look at your local forecast. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're so glad. You also,
Hello. Yeah.
And big reveals at the end of season 6 last year. Obviously,
No, I didn't know anything about that.
how has that changed on set for you guys? Do you notice any big differences?
Absolutely nothing has changed. Course of July, July 1st to July 31st, we're asking and not ready for that next step. So we're really excited to have this initiative. It's the 8th year running. It's been a huge success, and I couldn't be more excited to be a part of it this year.
And it's cool because your character
Maybe you don't have, and they allow you to walk into a room feeling like your best self. So we're really excited to be able to do that for other people across the country.
No kidding. You're a Canadian boy from Toronto.
From suits on and doing whatever I can to make this small amount of difference that I can.
Well, we're happy to share the word this
Thank
morning.
you.
So
I
I'm so glad
appreciate it.
that you told us.